Example 4, theta is an acute angle, secant of theta is equal to 7/3. So we're in a situation again where we're at one of our new trig functions we haven't dealt with before. So again, if I'm dealing with a reciprocal trig function, I'd rather go back to my comfort zone, which is sine, cosine, or tangent. So secant's reciprocal of what?
Cosine.
Cosine. So if I know secant of theta is equal to 7/3, that tells me also the cosine of theta is equal to 3/7. Okay, I have the ability to transform from one to the other anytime I feel like it. But again, sine, cosine, and tangent is where I first learned anything about trigonometry, right, as a high school student. So if you can get yourself to sine, cosine, tangent world, that's better. All right. So the SOHCAHTOA, the CAH part of SOHCAHTOA tells me the adjacent side is 3, the hypotenuse is 7, because we're dealing with cosine now, right? Again, it tells me secant this. That still means the adjacent side is 3, the hypotenuse is 7. It's just the reciprocated version of that. But just know that secant and cosine are reciprocals. Cosine's where you want to be. Adjacent on top, hypotenuse on bottom. That again allows me to draw a right triangle to represent this picture. So I'm going to draw a theta down here in the corner like I like. Got my right angle over here in this corner. My opposite side is over here. The hypotenuse is over here. The adjacent's down here. So again, if I always draw the right triangle the same way every single time, those three things always land in the same place. The adjacent side should measure 3. The hypotenuse should measure 7. I don't remember a Pythagorean triple involving 3 and 7, so I'm going to go ahead and do my Pythagorean theorem. We'll call this x. I know x squared plus 3 squared is equal to 7 squared, which means x squared is equal to 40. So x is going to be the square root of 40, which I should simplify to the extent I can. So 4 times 10, square root of 4 is 2. 10 doesn't have a square root, so it stays in. So 2 times the square root of 10 is the best version of our opposite side. So again, that's priority 1 on these problems. Identify the measure of all 3 sides of the right triangle based on the trig function they gave me or the trig function I want to use. All right. At this point it says find cotangent of theta. So cotangent, okay, if we consider tangent is opposite over adjacent, cotangent is going to be adjacent over opposite. Again, what are they asking me to find? That establishes what I need to do. So again, using SOHCAHTOA, the part of SOHCAHTOA I need, this is a reciprocal function, so I'm going to reciprocate what tangent is. So I'm looking for adjacent over opposite, so cotangent of theta is going to equal adjacent 3 over opposite 2 times the square root of 10. Okay. I'm in a situation where I have a square root in the denominator. I don't want that for a final answer. Keep in mind that I don't have to multiply by the bottom, I need to multiply by the square root piece. So times the square root of 10 times the square root of 10, top and bottom by the same thing. So cotangent of theta is going to be 3 times the square root of 10 on top. Square root of 10 times itself is 10 times 2 makes 20 on the bottom. Look at only the fraction part outside the radical to see if reduction is possible, which it isn't. So that's as far as I can possibly go. That'd be my best answer for that problem. I'm looking for exact answers every time, exact being in square root form, so don't give me decimal approximations. I wanted to see it like that.